Going on, peeps? I got my phone set up. I'm gonna try it this way and see how it works. Now YouTube, it updated today on my phone, so who knows how it's gonna work, how it's gonna go. It might cut me off. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Fair warning. My phone might go blips. So if I come back and crap's missing, it's because YouTube crashed. All right. All right. 5G. All right. Is it worth your life? 5G is out there and they're testing it. Now, this guy that I've been watching for a while, and I looked his material up, not his, but I just researched it, and I'm telling you, it's pretty bad. Now, 4G, even I can remember. I'll tell you what. Let's take this from the beginning. All right, I can remember my parents getting Sprint phones, and they were the ones that were black. I'm sure y'all remember them. They were round at the top and kind of squarish at the bottom, and they had like the digits, and when you push the button, they lit up and they had a LCD display. Not like what we have on our smartphones now, but they were a small, just so you could see what number you was dialing, and it would show caller ID. And it had the antenna that you could pull. It would pull from the top to extend. And I can remember my dad told me, I fell in love with these phones because they were cordless. They weren't like the landline phones. They were the high thing. They was like new tech. My dad bought one for him and my mom to keep in contact while he was at work. I don't even remember the number since then. Heck, that's been forever. No, it was through Sprint. I do remember that. And I had to use it. Call my buddies, my girlfriends, whatever. I'd always want to use it. And I can remember my dad told me. He said, "Look," he said, "these are not to be played with." He said, um, I got something else to tell y'all. I'll put that to the side though for right now. It's about that. He said these so your mom and I can stay in contact while I'm at work because not all the times they can deliver the message in time or whatever if it's an emergency at his work. So I said okay. He said if you need to use the phone, use the landline. So I was like, all right. And I told my dad, I said, I just like using it because it's new. He said, I know, I understand that. He said, but I got to tell you something. He said, these cell phones, if you use them all the time, he said, they're dangerous. And they just come out with these cell phones. They weren't even 4G at the time. I mean, you couldn't even use them as internet at that time. And I was like, what do you mean they're dangerous? He said, well, they're like microwaves. Now, by golly, my dad knew about this technology and warned us about it. And he explained to me it's like standing right next to a microwave and having that microwave up to my head with the door open. Not in it, but right up next to it with the door open. And having that microwave next to my head plugged into the wall on and just staying like that for however long I'm on the phone. Now, granted, the microwave puts out more than what a cell phone does. But I tell you what, back then it was a little bit safer, probably, compared to what it is today. And he warned me about that. That it's basically what that is. And I've always remembered that, always. So, now granted, I have used my phone up to my head before, like more than once. But here lately, when I say lately, I don't mean like now, but I don't know, probably This is 2018, so I've had my phone for a few years now. I had a cell phone before that I held up to my phone. It was to my head. It was a VX8300 by Verizon. So, and I held that up to my head, and it wasn't even a legit wide smartphone screen, whatever. It wasn't none of that. It was just a whole flip phone. Listen to music on it, do GPS. You had to pay $9 a month for if you wanted to use it. Buy music, download music, put ringtones on it, ringback tones. If y'all remember ringback tones. But anyways, I've had it up to my head. But I don't do that no more. Now that I got speakerphone, I use speakerphone. And they say that's not even safe to even be using it on speakerphone. But that's better than using it as Bluetooth. Because even with Bluetooth, and I use Bluetooth all the time. I got the whole thing that goes around your neck, and you got the earbuds that go into your ear. I use that, and you're not supposed to be using that. That's even bad for you. Because even though it's Bluetooth, it's wireless. Now it's not near as bad as putting the phone right up to your ear, but it's still bad for you. Now how bad, I don't know. But I've been doing a lot of research on this 5G, and I tell you what, I really do see people getting sick from this, like headaches, migraines, and I'm saying not just 2 or 3 people. I'm saying out of a population of 23,000 people in a city or a town or whatever, out of those 23,000 people, I bet you thousands are in the hospital over his 5G with headaches or migraines, fogginess of their, like they find it hard to concentrate when they used to be able to concentrate. Something else, dehydration. Radiation will draw water from your body. Your body's going to require more water. You're going to be drinking more. If you don't, you're going to get dehydrated. You'll end up just passing out, or your blood sugar will drop. I mean, you'll just have blood sugar issues from water not in your system. Unless you already got blood sugar problems, and you can't take it on that. That I couldn't tell you. I'm not a doctor, so. But I've been doing a lot of research, and radiation dehydrates you, like the sun. That's what I don't understand. Okay, the sun does the same thing that these towers are doing. Stay out in the sun too long, you get dehydrated. That's why I tell you, don't drink Cokes out in the sun. Drink water. Don't drink beer. Drink water. Because water will replenish what your body uses. Water does better. Because Coke's got very little water in it. Beer's got very little water in it. So it's got more alcohol than water. And alcohol dehydrates you. So that's why I tell you to drink water. And really, God just wants you to eat fish, bread, and water. And with GMOs, I know wheat and soy, all of that stuff, that's all GMO. I get that. It's hard to eat healthy anymore. Even out of your own garden. You don't know if your seeds are tampered with. And again, Jesus wants you to drink water. Clean water. Nothing that's been fluoridated. All them chemicals they put in our water. It's hard to get away from it. But our bodies are made to detox. I'll tell you, detoxification works. If you know anything about the oil that runs through our spinal and through our pineal gland. It's called crystal oil. If you know anything about that, that right there, if you know how to, what's the word I'm looking for? It's another word of not having sex, where you don't have sex, you hold yourself. And if you do that for, I think it's 12 months. I might be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that. But our body has this crystal oil. That's why they call it Christ, crystal. And it runs through our spinal cord. And it takes, if I'm not mistaken, 12 months for it to, and our body produces it. But it'll produce this much. I don't remember how much, if it was 24 hours or what, but I think it's a day. It produces this much crystal oil a day. Well, as you get older, your body don't produce as much. So that becomes viable. I mean, we need that. And that's what, like, when you start not being able to replenish enough of it, the crystal oil, you die. Alright, it crashed, so they didn't fix that part on my phone. But anyways, you run out of that, you die. So if you abstain from sex, I don't remember how long, if it was a year or 6 months or what. My camera's messing up. A lot of people lived about 60, 70, 80, some 90. But if you refrain from using your, what's the proper terminology word for that? Can't think of it. Let's just put it this way. Ejaculation. If you don't ejaculate for a whole year, or what, I think it's a year. That's a long time. I get that. But that crystal oil that our body produces through our pineal gland, it will circulate back through the pineal gland. After 3 days, it will go back through the pineal gland as it returns. Okay? Just like Jesus risen after 3 days. That's about the same thing as works. I don't know if you all know anything about Masonry, Freemasonry stuff, but they know all about this. Now, I'm not a Freemason. Don't take that the wrong way. It's just I know some of the stuff they know. And it's just through knowledge. You know, my people will perish for the lack of knowledge. Knowledge is power. But if you do your research, you will see that what I'm talking about is the same stuff. But anyways, 5G. Where I'm getting at. It will damage our body. Because every part of your body runs off of a different frequency. The earth produces its own frequency. And it's a Fibonacci code. If you know anything about the Fibonacci code, look it up. Everything works in harmonic with Earth. Now, these daggone antennas they got up, they do not work like Earth works. They work in higher frequencies. And with 5G coming in, and then you got Y gig coming in on top of that. I mean, we're getting into higher wave bands of frequencies. Now look up, the military has what you call, I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but they use it for crowd control. Just look up military crowd control and it'll go straight to it. And it's in the frequency that these 5Gs are in. Now there's a guy I've been watching, and he's right. Everything he talks about is right. Now, granted, I didn't know about. I knew about. You can't have a phone held up to your head. You're going to get cancer. When Sprint first came out with those phones, that's been 5 years or more ago. So I did know about it because my dad told me about it. But what's his name? The Fullerton Informer. The Fullerton Informer.
Trying to find
Now, everybody's, I'm sure, heard of him or seen him. I got his info one day just rummaging through 5G, and I got up on this guy. Been following him ever since. And people with, like, these ThinkPads, stuff like that. They've got the antennas. I mean, Apple. What he says is right. They've got an antenna at the bottom. If you got it in your lap, I've always been told never to put a laptop in your lap. Because it does. It radiates our private areas. Anytime I use a laptop, unless I need to, I will use it on my lap. But I'll use it on a table. I keep it away from my private areas because it will attack your sperm count. It will attack a female's ovaries. And if females, they want children. They want children. And I tell you what, if you get to that age and you've had, since you was a kid, a computer or something that's been radiating your ovaries for all them years, your ovaries ain't going to work. You know what you're going to do? You're going to develop in diseases like I can't think of that one disease where you get these like veins and they grow all through your body and they hurt and they cause cysts on your ovaries and you can't have children. Can't think of the name of it, but I know you women know it. They cause a lot of problems with your cyst, and that's why. And there's a lot of people, the elite people, the people that are making these devices. Yeah, they're having these young kids come out of college making this stuff, but the ones that are telling them to make it, the higher power people, they know about what it does to people, young kids, boys and girls. But if they're making money, they're going to keep that a hush-hush. And the way they look at it, we're useless varmints on this earth, using resources. So if they can kill us off with chemtrails in the air, or radiate us to where we can't produce like God wants us to do, then that's even better. That's one thing I've noticed. What's down is up, and what up is down now. And they want God out of it. And they're doing everything against God. I mean, topsy-turvy. What's up? I mean, Jim Carrey said that. What's up, what's down is up. What's bad is good, what good is bad. God said it was going to be like that. In the Bible, if you know your Bible, He said it was going to be like that. In the end days. It's just, this is way too soon. I didn't think it was going to be this soon. Because my dad warned me of this. When it was going to happen. Like, not like exactly when, year, day. It's not even the Father, or Jesus knows. When the day or the hour, the minute, whatever, of when Jesus, or it's supposed to be Jesus returns. Only the Father knows. Not even His Son knows. So, I don't know. 5G. Birds have already been dying during the testing stage from the Fullerton Informer was telling me, or telling us, his audience. Now, I'm going to do some research on that here in a minute, but I wanted to make a YouTube and spread the word. And I did see, and I didn't get this from him, but I read through somewhere, somehow I got a hold of it, that the fire department now, they can't install 5G towers near fire departments because the fire people were getting headaches, migraines, and then next thing you know, there was a big fire on the tower next to the fire department because 5G. So I'm telling y'all be careful. I know it's hard to move or whatever, but you can protect yourself from 5G. They make crystals that you can wear around your neck. Now, I'm not saying it's going to protect you completely, but it will help. You can get this stuff to protect you when you go out in public and then back in your home. They make it, and it will protect you against these frequencies, the radiation. A lot of people might have different opinions on that, but anything's better than nothing. Eat healthy. Something else a lot of people don't know, kind of goes along with physics. If you know anything about physics, our bodies are like batteries, and we people ain't getting the omega-3 fatty tissue or oils from fish like we need to. We need to wake up in the mornings and around when the sun comes up, just a little bit. It don't even have to be an hour, just a half hour, if that. Wake up, get your body out there, and feel in the sunlight. Once it happens, your body resets itself, starts charging, because you are a battery. We work with the frequency of the earth, and so with that sun regenerating us, just even if it's a half hour, that gets your mind reset to when the sun's out. And I know it's hard to do stuff when you work night shift, graveyard shifts. That's what kills us. It kills us. I mean, we get too many, I can't think of the name of it. But when you get too much of a positive charge in your body, and you have no way of releasing the charge with a negative ground, we get these radicals built up in our system, and that's when you get diseases, because your body cannot remove its positive charge, its energy, like a battery does. There's no ground. There's no way to do it. And the only way to do that is to feed yourself right, to eat like you should, drink plenty of water to hydrate yourself, get the sunlight for the vitamin D. That gets you the AD, whatever it's called, what you need. And then you need a way to ground yourself. A lot of people walk barefooted outside to ground yourself, but it has to be on dirt. It has to be ground. You do all this, you will beat the system. But when you get diseases, cancer and all that, it's because you're getting too many radicals, too much of a positive charge in your system. There's no way to get it out. Don't take my word for it. What was that? The Reading Rainbow years ago? Don't take my word for it. Look it up. Study it. But I'm out of here. God bless y'all. Stay safe. And have fun. Bye.